Curro Holdings was established in 1998 as a middle-income private school in Durbanville near Cape Town. It has grown to 15 schools and is expanding fast. It currently concluded a significant rights issue and a number of acquisitions. Curro has a market cap of nearly 3.9 billion rand, but has no PE or dividend yield as it is traded at a loss in the last financial year. Curro Holdings.
Yeah. Now this one's flying like a meteor through the night sky. I mean, 3.9 billion rands worth of market cap, and this is a group that still has, revenue of about 350 million rand, has made no profits. But the reason people are excited about it is because it's 53% held by PSG. So people say, well, if you missed out on Capitec, don't worry, you can buy this one instead, even though the business model is not the same. It's been doing lots of acquisitions. It announced a deal with Old Mutual and the PIC to do new schools. They positioned a little bit more in the sort of mid-income schools environment, although then they went and bought Woodhill College and a few other things. So it's obviously demonstrating lots of acquisitive growth, and the share price has done well. And that's attracted people because everybody likes a stock that's going up.
Do you like a stock that's going up, and particularly Curro?
Obviously, you do like stocks that are going up. You want to, you want to follow the winners. But it's moved up 60% this year already. So it's had a really big move. They came to market for extra cash earlier in the year, and they had a really good take up there. So I do like Curro. I think they're slightly cheaper than going to some of the other private schools, and obviously with PSG backing them, people are saying, well, they've got they've got money behind them. So if they do have to build schools. And capital intensive, they do have that capital injection that can come from PSG if they need it. So, will they carry on growing, and can they fill up these schools? I think they can.
Indeed, Paul, the risks associated for Curro are going forward.
Yeah, look, it started out, as you said in your introduction, in the Cape. They built a few schools in places like Durbanville and, then a few out in the Cape hinterland. Chris van der Merwe, the CEO, is a Cape Town guy. The board was comprised of sort of Cape Town entrepreneurs. They must have gone to PSG, to Yanni Mouton and Chris Otto and the guys in Stellenbosch, and said to them, listen, this is exciting. And so they got started. PSG got stuck in, gave them some capital. And the PSG guys are clever, so they know how to create a bit of excitement. So then they started speaking to their friends, and then people remembered, when Capitec started, in 2001 at 2 Rand a share, it also looked like a bit of a turkey. Why would you want to invest in that? Now it's at 200 plus a share, so it's a 100 bagger. So that's, I think, why people are getting all stoked about this one. Now they've done a spate of acquisitions, again, because the PSG guys have got a corporate finance division. So they're wandering around the country finding people that started schools. Like the Woodhill one, which is a golf estate near Pretoria, was started by some private guy who just thought, well, we should have a school here. And he put a lot of his own cash into it, and now they came and bought it from him, and it's got a nice, rich customer base around. So you can see how it sort of works. Now they've done a whole lot of schools in Durban. I just think they've taken a lot on their plates in a short space of time. They have brought in additional people at the board level. But looking back to what we were talking about when we talked about Advotech, you can have one tough period where you get the mix a little bit wrong, or you spend a lot of money on a new school, and then you find it's in the wrong place and you don't get the people signing up. Or worse still, the government launches some new initiative to give vouchers to middle-income teachers and parents to go to other schools, and suddenly you've got a difficulty. So I'm a bit anxious that this one is a bit overpriced.
Do you see this as a 100 bagger going forward?
No, I don't think it's going to be a 100 bagger, but I think depending on how the economy starts to run as well. So if the economy starts to pick up, people do have that little bit of extra to send their kid to a private school, which is not the same cost as like the premium private schools. They will get flow into those schools. So it's really quite closely related to the economy. So if that economy picks up and the middle class starts to grow in South Africa, there's definitely space for schools like Curro schools.
So would you say getting into the stock you have missed out, Paul, given the fact that when it started off at around 750, now it's at around close on 18?
Yeah, exactly. And it spiked up almost at 20 and then it sort of settled off a little bit. Look, if you're going to buy the story, then it doesn't really matter. Just get in and put them in the bottom drawer. And if you got the purchase price 50% wrong and they settle back, doesn't matter. You'll make some money in the long run. Look, that deal with the PIC and Old Mutual is very positive because the PIC and Old Mutual have both got enormous capital reserves, and both of those institutions are under pressure to be seen to be doing something about social investing and education. I mean, it's a massive challenge for this country. People are sort of getting despondent now, I think, with Angie Motshekga and the Department of Basic Education.
Lots of problems.
You know, lots of promises, lots of things. And in the final analysis, people are starting to look for alternatives. So I think that is a strong plus. So, yeah. But, you know, there's got to be a correct price for everything. And I think this one's a bit too high.
Hot or not?
I think it's hot. It's a little bit steep at the moment. So gradually I'll say yes, it is. But long term, I really like it.
Paul,
yeah, and I'm going to have to go with not hot.
One hot and one not on Curro Holdings.